Late last week, the feds came down hard on the Adams administration. His first deputy mayor and deputy mayor for public safety had their homes raided.
The school's chancellor, even the commissioner of the NYPD, had their phones seized. This morning, the fallout reverberating across the city. Joining us this morning to discuss that and a whole lot of more is Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine. So great to have you here, Borough President. Good to see you.
Thank you, Dan and Hazel.
So let me begin with the obvious here, and that is the feds looking into Mayor Adams and members now of his administration, including the police commissioner here. Do you have full confidence that the mayor and all those folks who are being investigated have the ability to lead at this point in time?
It is certainly worrisome to see such a wide-ranging investigation touching so many leaders in the administration. And I've definitely heard from New Yorkers who are concerned about whether this will distract them from leading for the city. But also, at this point, we don't even know what's being investigated or actually who is the target of potentially what could be future charges. So we do need to let this process play out until we know more. Which at this point we're at the very early days.
With the police commissioner, though, that's somebody who has to lead, meet with the FBI, who's now investigating him as well. Him in particular, some members like City Councilmember Bob Holden already saying that he should resign. Should he?
The standard is particularly high for police leadership. There's no doubt about it. But again, we know so little at this point. We don't know what's being investigated. We don't actually know who is the target of the investigation. So I think we need to let this play out.
So then you think the same for the mayor, then? You don't think that he should also step down?
That the mayor should step down?
Yeah, with all these distractions. And this isn't the first investigation involving him.
Well, it's not clear that he is a target of this current round of investigations. And again, he deserves due process. We know very little about what is under investigation. There's been no public articulation of charges by the U.S. attorney. So I'm monitoring this closely. I know a lot of New Yorkers are, and certainly the question of whether our leadership continue to focus is important. But we just know so little today, so we don't want to jump to any conclusions.
All right. Let's move on now to talk about some other issues facing the borough. There was this wild police chase that took place. A for-hire driver arrested refusing to pull over in the Queens Midtown Tunnel, right? There were 3 passengers in that car. The driver had ghost plates on his car. Now, this has been a huge topic of conversation, right, about what to do with ghost plates, how to monitor them, and how to continue to crack down. So what is the further push to crack down on some of these?
This is just a growing scourge on the streets. You see it walk down any block. You see what are clearly fake plates or obscured plates. You even see some of these James Bond-like devices which can drop a screen down, or simply dark covers that make it difficult to read the plate. And we're mostly thinking about this as a way to evade tolls and to evade red light and speed camera fines. And that's certainly a question of safety, because when people know they can speed with impunity or run red lights with impunity, they're going to behave worse on the streets. But it's also true that this can be a way to avoid criminal accountability for more serious acts. For all these reasons, we have to crack down. And one of the ways we need to do that is to make it less easy to buy these online. You can go right now to TikTok, to Craigslist, to Facebook Marketplace, and you can buy these kinds of devices very easily. Even though they're illegal to sell in New York, you can see addresses of the seller in the 5 boroughs of New York City. So we did write a letter to the platforms about a week ago, demanding that they remove these sellers from their platforms.
Do you think increased fines would help that, though, to cut down on that? I mean, you had pretty impressive crackdown with 400 people arrested and 1,800 cars impounded.
Yes, but still, the vast majority of cases, there's very little consequences. There's very little enforcement of this, I think, and the fines do remain too low. There should be points on your license. The car should be towed or booted if it's on the street. If we start taking more serious action like that, I think it'll change this behavior.
Did you hear back from the letter you wrote?
Not yet.
Okay, gotcha. Let's talk about school. Obviously, back to school for last week was a big issue, and especially in light of what happened in Georgia, right, with this mass shooting at the school there. And it's kind of renewed this conversation about metal detectors, where to put them in school. Should every school have one? Where do you stand on the issue?
I don't think every school should have one. It should be determined on a case-by-case basis, and the parent community should have a voice in that. It's certainly a reminder of how important school safety agents are, and how important it is to have entrances locked from the outside unless there's a school safety agent there to screen people. And we're not meeting that standard in some of our community-based pre-K programs right now. So we've got to do better to ensure an equal standard at all schools. But yeah, the horrors of Georgia have reminded us that the stakes are very high. Yeah.
Before we let you go, we actually wanted to ask you, there's only 57 days left until the presidential election. We're just curious to know, do you have any aspirations for a higher office?
Well, I'm not running for anything in 56 days, I'll tell you that. I'm focused right now on electing Democrats from Kamala Harris on down. And we did a great rally in Manhattan yesterday to mobilize volunteers. We're going to be getting on buses going to Pennsylvania and Long Island and the Hudson Valley. I'm also looking at a big upgrade for the year ahead. It's no secret, I've opened a fundraising account to run for New York City Comptroller. Extremely excited about that. That's 2025 though, so really my focus is pretty intense right now for the next 57 days on electing Democrats in this epically important election at the national level.
So you don't plan to announce if you were running for the exploratory committee? That was like a rule. You had to file to get the campaign finance board to allow you.
We actually have not yet made a formal public announcement. Yeah. Coming soon, but I can't give you an exact timeline on that.
Well, come on back and do it here, okay?
You'll do it
got
here.
it.
All right. Good to see you as always,
Love
Borough
you guys.
President Mark Levine. Great to have you here.